Okay, so let me know if all of you or any one of you are using this as a tool for your presentation, marketing, or do you have a kit like this with you? Whether you know where to get it. If not, you should, because I use it a lot, which is very conveniently useful and powerful to make your statement or make yourself understood by showing people how this one work. And so let me let me start by showing how we just put. Okay, let me have this in here in front of me. You can see my. Oh, it's here. Okay. So let me just grab this camera so that we can all see this. Okay, so this is the fountain line. This is the bottle of water. Just regular tap water is okay. You can use whatever kind of container you have. But you just put in this no, this is the iodine, betadine iodine, but I just put it in the bottle because it's conveniently squeezable drops from this measurement tube. So here, if you just put in this, oh, let me make it a little less like this, maybe. Okay, just like that. Okay, so we use this to represent when your body is younger and stronger. So let's say we trace back our time to when we were 18 years old. I always look at 18 years old as the perfect, beautiful time of our life where people compete for the pageant, the beauty queen, Mr. Africa, whoever you're competing for, and that's when our body is perfect, beautiful, and perfect healthy. We don't miss anything, and we are just the best we could. So this is how we eventually we start to have pollution in our body. We start to let's say we eat and drink. Let's say we smoke, we drink, we eat too much genetically modified food, and we eat too much sugar, ice cream, and too much barbecued food, too much trans fat, too much whatever it is. It started to cause problem in our body. We started to have a cyst. We have blood sugar. We have cholesterol. We have triglycerides. We have all these issues that cause gout. Then we have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, COVID, and then we have whatever it is. It just pollutes our body to a point where we have all these things happening. Eventually, we have cyst, nodules, tumor, cancer, and then the doctor help us to take out our kidney, take out the gallbladder, take out a whole bunch of different things from our body, and then eventually, when it just because if the tumor, for example, or cancer grow in the brain stem or in the pancreas or somewhere, we can't even do the surgery anymore. Then we do chemo and radiation, and all these things are sort of like this adding on to the acne of our problem, our body. Eventually, when all of this doesn't work, we are told that there is not much time left, right? So look at this. What's happening here? All this represent the problem and garbage in our body, and we look at what we can do to help us to fight it. So let me show you where I drop this fountain of life inside. So I'm going to put this drop of the fountain of life here. So I just got this. Look at this one drop in here first. One drop. Now we have one drop in the water, and we have this. So I use a stirrer just to see how much difference it makes in our. Look at this this water. I just put in one drop, and if you can see the difference in the water already. Now the water is still not perfect. Okay, so that's why people have to use enough dosage. They have to use the second drop. I'll put in one drop in here. One, that's the second, and then the third month, fourth month, maybe half a year, 1 year later. Look at what it does to our blood. Look at the water again. Let's look at the water again. It's almost as good as it was before. Okay, so look at this from a distance. So this process represents the oxidative damage and the antioxidative process. It helps our body to cope with the oxidative damage and stress in our body, and help our body to recover from whatever the problem was. Okay. So are you doing this test yet? If you are doing this, say yes. If you haven't yet, say no. Don't be shy if you are doing or not doing. Either way, you are in the right place, in the right company, in the right place. You just need to get started so that you become more and more powerful, more and more effective when you explain to your clients or your customers, partners. They will be all impressed with it. They will say, "Wow, whatever you can do to help your partner friends to understand it, and that's just a way to show how effective it is." So if you want to have it on you all the time, I actually bought a big bottle. I bought a big jar. I think it's 500 milliliter, 500 milliliter, big jar. And then I break them into almost 20 bottles of this. So when I see one of my partners, if they haven't started doing this, I give them a bottle. And I have I made sure that I have at least 1 or 2 or 3 in my home, and then about 3 in my office, and then I have 2 or 3 in my car. So I never run out of it. If I forget one bottle here, but I still find that some other one in another corner, so I almost always have it handy, that I can show people this is what we are doing, because everything in our body almost started from the blood. So that's why when we go to see the doctor, when something emergency, when we go to hospital, the doctor almost always take our blood and see what's going on, whether our white blood count is high, whether the inflammation tags are high, the creatinine level, whether it's high, or whatever it is. They always check your blood. So you can almost see everything in your blood. And if you're able to neutralize the damages in the blood, clean your blood, disentangle the clotted blood, and then you are already helping your body with hundreds of different conditions. So when we purify the blood, when we clean the blood, and that can help our body to normalize the organs in our body, and that's how we deal with our issues in our body. So that's why we would like everybody to have it with you anywhere you go, anytime you always have it handy, so that you will be able to do this test and show people how it works. And so that's the test. I hope you will all be able to do it, to show it. And let me see, today I'm going to talk a little bit about how we explain in detail how the free radicals work in the body and how the antioxidants work. Okay, so let's go into some details. I'm going to make my screen bigger again so that we can take a look at how we can effectively and visually show how we can show people how the antioxidants work in our body. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how antioxidants work. Okay, so let's look at the body. Our body, from head to toe, we are made of cells. So we are made of trillions of cells in our body. We don't even know how many exactly. And if you had a chance to watch I think it's 2-hour video of how the wall in our cells, inside our cells, what's happening in our cells, there is a 2-hour video that explains how the cell works inside itself. So the cell is so tiny that we can't even see it with our naked eye. We have to use a microscopic camera to look at the cell. But the cell, as small as it is still a functional unity that has very complicated mechanism inside. So if we look at this cell, we can understand better how antioxidants work. Okay, and our body, from head to toe, it's all made of this cellular mechanism. Okay, let me grab this. All right. Okay. So the cell, how the antioxidants work in our body? We have our head, as I said, from head to toe, from your hair to your joints, to your bones, to your eyeball, to your tissues, to your organs, kidney, liver, everything in our body is made of this big thing here called the cell. Okay, so the cell is like this. I made it so big just to make it visible to you, but it's so tiny that you can't even see it with your naked eye. You have to really use a microscope, a camera to look at it. But basically, the cells that forms our tissues. The tissues forms our body organs, and body organs forms the systems in our body, and the systems in our body form our whole human body. Okay, so now the cell is made of this, we call this membrane, which is like our skin in the body. Okay, it's like our skin in the body that protects the cell. And then inside we have this molecule build up, and in the very center of the cell is this thing here called, we call it mitochondria. Mitochondria. And this is also, it's a furnace, it's like a furnace where our body burns the glucose, which is sugar, with oxygen, and it generates ATP, which is energy that you can jump around, play tennis, and walk around, fly, and all that. Now, inside this mitochondria, in the nucleus of our cell, we have this DNA, we call the X and Y chromosomes. And on tip of this X and Y the chromosome, there is this little tiny thing here called the telomere. Telomere. Now this telomere is like a shoelace plastic lock that keep the shoelace not shredding, not breaking into pieces. So it keep the cell locked in a healthy state. Now, the cell, when it's healthy, it will duplicate itself. It will duplicate the cell every 2.4 years. We duplicate new cells so that we, if in our lifetime, if we duplicate 50 times in our life, we would live to 120. And if we duplicate 60 times, then we live to 150. So that's how God designed our body to be perfectly healthy, and then we live to 120 to 150. I personally know a lady that she died at 118, and we have people live maybe even beyond that in the old times, ancient times, modern times. There are people that we know that live too close to that, maybe even longer than that. But if you look at the Google map, I mean the Google search, you will actually see that even in China, for example, the Chinese, there is a lifespan expectation. In 1960, we started, well, you can see it, 1960, the Chinese just started their life, and it was from the civil wars and wars with whatever, many years. So our lifespan was only like 33 years old. So as time goes on, we start to be 50, 60, 70. Now it's 78 years old. The Chinese average lifespan, life expectation. And in some good cities, the modern cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Canton, all these cities now, their average life is 81, 82 now, which is very close to the average Canadian life expectation in those countries. Even right now, in some African countries, their lifespan is expected about 49, 50. So why there is a big gap between people who live to 118, 120, and the people who live to 33? So there are all kinds of factors in play. Either there is a war, or the weather. Let's say usually in the tropical world, like let's say Africa, and they usually, maybe they are too hot or something, and the people live shorter, Also because there is a pandemic, there is financial problems or wars and everything. There are so many things that place, so people don't live as long as they should be. So now the other environmental factors that add to this is we are constantly exposed to this, let's say, as I said, the genetically modified food. We are exposed to air pollution. We're exposed to chemicals in our food. We're exposed to pesticides, insecticides, and we have radon. So we are talking about this radon from the basement, which is the radiation elements that come up the air and then shoot up to that cause lung cancer. We have seen that. So I just bought a radon detector at home. Our home in this part of the country, the radon reading is usually between 7 to about a maximum of 63, 66 I have seen. But in some homes, in some areas, it goes to over 100, 120, 130. So that's dangerous zone. So all these things we are being exposed to as like depression, anxiety, medication, chemo, and all of these things are attacking our cell from the cellular level. When we attack it, when we're being exposed to the attack, our cell has to be able to defend itself. So we have this mechanism where our cell starts from the membrane. This is almost like our skin. The membrane of the cell is like our skin in our normal body. So, for example, when you expose your hand to a water drip, let's say whether it's warm water, cold water, whether it's the hot water or freezing water, your skin can usually stand some kind of a warm, some kind of a coldness, unless it's freezing or unless it's too hot that burn you. Your hand can stand it. Also, the skin can also protect you from, let's say, COVID, bacteria, virus, and all of that. If it's a healthy skin, you can stand that. But if it's broken, and if you have psoriasis, eczema, all of this, then your skin is exposed to, even COVID could possibly penetrate into your skin through these open wounds. Okay, so that's why the membrane, when it's healthy and normal, then your cell is also being protected. But the same thing as our body, human body, we have this in our body. We have our mouth, our nostrils, we have our ears, and then we have our eyes, we have our anal opening, we have our urination opening. So all of these things are almost like in the cellular level. You have this ACE receptors. We have this openings where we allow sugar to come in, and we allow toxin to go out. So we have these entrance and the communication channels, which is our mouth. We can eat our anal area. We can let out garbage and then poo-poo. Okay, so the cell has the same thing like that. Now, when our cell is made of these molecules, for example. So all of this is the molecules, and even the membrane of the cell is made of molecules. Molecules is very small little units, molecules. And inside the molecules, we have this smaller thing called atoms. Atoms is the tiniest, the smallest matter in the universe. So atoms, they carry this positive and negative ion, or electrons, we call it. Positive and negative. Positive, negative, that's like grandpa, grandma, father and mother, boyfriend and girlfriend, and then baby girl and baby boy. So these are usually, they are attracted to each other like our society. each small nucleus family is like this, or 5 generations: parents, grandpa, grandma, and parents, kids, and babies. So all this is like we are living together very happily until we get attacked by, let's say, we got a crazy drunk driver that hit the red light and killed one of us in this existence family. And that's almost like what do you call it? Radiation, chemo, depression, anxiety, any of these things are doing that to our body, which robs or kills one of these ions, electrons. So when this positive one lost a negative one, it's like a husband and wife broke. One of them is dead, and then the other one becomes single, and they become free, right? Single and free, they are ready to marry somebody else. They are ready to have another girlfriend. So this is what we call this broke of this chain, where the single man, they are ready to have another girlfriend or wife or partner, whatever it is. So if he finds a ready-made one, then they grab them and then they kind of settle down again. But usually even it is like in our society, when someone loses his wife, he always think of his old ex-wife, and he might not be happy with the current one. Just make it the analogy example. So when we do that, we don't we might have to switch again. Maybe this one is not as good as the other one, or they don't do the same job. They don't cook. They are not good in sex life or whatever it is. The problem, they might break up again and then they switch to another one. And especially when this one is he likes somebody else's wife, that's even worse. So then we call this free radical chain reaction, and then this one becomes free radicalized. And when they become radicalized, they cause this chain reaction. So if he loses his and he needs to find another one, we call this free radical cascading effect. It's like it's just called the chain reaction. When part of our cell is broken, and then the new attack would come straight to the DNA or the chromosomes and the telomere, and that's make the duplication into a wrong coded mass, which breaks this chain, so people die earlier. Now, when it's wrong coded, then you duplicate it into a mass of wrong coded mass. That's usually, like we call it, either cancerous or non-cancerous or benign. So when that happens, then the body is in danger of more problems. So when the body produce or grow some kind of a tumor like that, then it has the tendency to spread to somewhere else. We call this metastasis. So it just starts another subdivision somewhere else, and that's again cancerous. So until it is spread to the brain, to the pancreas, which is more deadly organ, then our body is ready to die. So that's how it starts from the loss of an electron to like a pimple kind of damage, and then it becomes a chain reaction, make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and then cause this eventually the cellular damage in the DNA chromosomes, and it cause multiplication of the cells in the wrong format, and that eventually cause the whole body death. Right? So it starts from the cellular level, and what we could do normally for ourselves is we eat 8 plates of vegetables a day. If we're eating 8 plates a day, we are doing okay. Basically, we kind of wheelbarrow enough girlfriends or wives to this lost wife husband, the husband that lost wife to girlfriend. If we eat enough of these vegetables and fruit, we call it antioxidants, then we are satisfying the body with enough. However, we are all not doing as much as we should. So sometimes we are on the road, we eat pizza, we eat McDonald's, we eat whatever restaurant food, which is not very healthy. So all of this over time in our life, we eventually we shortchange our body every day. Eventually, we are yielding to the normal process of oxidation, normal process of being killed by all this free radical damage. Now, so that's where we come in with this fountain of life. We all know that it gives us when we take 10 drops a day, we are getting almost the benefits of 1,800 apples in the benefits of it. So when we get all these benefits, we are almost like using a bullet train to send girlfriends to these missing boys. So we are sending to them each one. Maybe they can even get more than one. Now they are happy, all of them happy. But before that, if they let's say if they are missing 5,000, you only give them 500. Then they are still fighting with each other. They are still fighting. Now they don't have to fight anymore. They need 5,000. We give them 50,000, or even 500,000. That's when we take enough of the functional life, so that eventually our body is saturated with antioxidants, and all the free radicals are being neutralized, and then all the damages are being rewinded to back to normal. That's how we eventually help our body to stay healthy and normal in all the functions. And this is just how the antioxidants work in our body. So if you can understand this process of how the antioxidants work, then we can also give our customers and clients a simple analogy or explanation, so that we will be able to get them to understand what's the function of the antioxidants are and how they work in our body. Okay, so I hope I had made a little explanation of how this works. I know some of you might have listened to it before, but I hope a few times of this explanation you can understand it better, and then we will be able to explain to other people in a different way or in a better way, so that we will be able to promote our business and the product better. I'm going to open up your videos, cameras, or mics, and it's time for you to participate. If you have learned anything today or from this, you are welcome to share. If you have any testimonials or anything, we would love to hear from you as well. I was just talking to a few of my couple of my partners in the U.S. They use some kind of like a cabin where somebody is sleeping inside, and then they get treatment, they get better with some kind of energy from the cabin, and it costs about $30,000 US to have a machine like that. So they were doing the distribution of those systems around the world, but somebody introduced me to them, Amy, and this lady is also called Amy. So when she hear about our product, she said, "Wow, if it's so good, then they can combine that and help people heal from whatever they have." And that's so she signed herself up, and then she wanted her South Korean friend that is doing the same chain of business with the cabins. They signed up too, and the sister in China. So they are also sign up people from different parts of the world, and she might also be interested in opening a market in Los Angeles. They are based in the USA in Los Angeles. So we are getting these people on board, and people love the idea of a simple product like the Font of Life, which doesn't cost anything like what the world used to see. She also told me about anti-cancer product from South Korea, which would cost 10,000 US dollars to get a package of products. But compared to that, ours is like a fraction, like 10%, 15% of what they are paying for the same potential effect on the body. So we have this advantage of our product that is so affordable. So they're happy that they found it, and we are using this Font of Life to save lives around the world. We are hearing all these new testimonials almost every day, and we are happy to share with everybody. If you have anything, you are welcome to share with us. I'm just reading some of the chats here. Good evening, great example, minimizing free radicals in the body. Thank you, Mary. And is it possible to have a problem if you take FO along with the antibiotics? Well, antibiotics sometimes it might be necessary to use antibiotics, but there is no issue with taking the Font of Life at the same time you are taking the antibiotics. The Font of Life is basically, I look at it as a smoothie that you are eating. So if you are able to eat or take or drink smoothie, you can take the Font of Life. Some people they use the Font of Life even when they are using blood thinners. So it's okay. And if for other medication, we usually want people to take the medication for 1 hour or half an hour away from each other. So just don't take the same mouthful of medication with the Font of Life. Just keep them away half an hour or so. That will be enough. Thank you, Claudette. Very edifying. I love this. Thank you. Okay. So this is how we explain. And if any one of you missed the water test, I can show you again. This is how you do the water test, which is the iodine in the water. So we just put in this iodine, betadine iodine in the water to represent how we damage our body to cause tumor, cancer, and all that. Eventually, cysts, nodules, high blood pressure, high sugar. Now, instead of waiting for the traditional way of treatment, you can actually just use the Font of Life to drop in a few drops, and then you neutralize it again. So we just put in a few drops, and then we stir it with the stick, and then you get the purified blood. So that's how we show people we fight free radicals in a very effective way and cost-effective way. We don't have to spend a lot of money doing that. Okay, we still have some minutes left, so we would be happy to hear from you. And then if you have any new experience with the Fount of Life, that would be great. And if you don't, I continue to share. If any one of you remember, I shared somebody who had hemangioma. Hemangioma. It's a tumor in the liver, which grow to be about 8 point something big. That's how can we share Fount of Life with friends in China? Okay, let me finish this sharing. So the hemangioma, the doctor say it's stable. Don't worry. If it continue to grow, so this person had it since he was a child, and it just continue to grow to be 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 6, 7, 8, and somewhere there it kind of stabilized. Didn't grow that much bigger, but it never shrank. Even after taking the Fount of Life for 2 or 3 years, there's no change until one test, one MRI scan, CT scan, it actually showed the shrinking of the hemangioma coming down from 8 point something to 5.8, which is from this big to about this big. And now the most recent report said it shrank to be 3 centimeter, which is the size about a walnut. Now, the doctors would never expect it. The doctor will always say, if anything, you might have to do a surgery to take out that whole piece from your liver, because taking over the liver and causing problems in the liver. And they never expected to become smaller, but it did happen with the Fount of Life. So this is a great encouragement for us to deal with any type of excessive growth in our body. So if you have anybody who has anything like a fibroid, cysts, nodules, stones, tumor, cancer, fibroids, polyps, whatever it is in our body, just encourage them to use the Fount of Life. You never make any claims, or you never guarantee anything, but always encourage them to use the Fount of Life, because you never know what it can help for the body to do, and wish for the best. So that's just how it is for our health. When we have these free antioxidants in our body, we do help our body to do much better health-wise. So how to share it with Chinese people in China? We usually in Chinese people usually use WeChat, and you can share testimonials, stories to them in WeChat, or we use if they use WhatsApp, that's fine. Some people use Line, and in China we have regular Zoom meetings on Tuesday and then Thursday in Mandarin Chinese. So if you want to invite them, it's the same ID number to join us, 8:30 Toronto time, Eastern time, 8:30. So if you want to invite them to the call, that's all good, and we can share with them that way. China, we are building a brand new website with Chinese, fully functional Chinese language. It's not like a Google Translate or anything. So we paid a lot of money to build a fresh new website in Chinese. So the Chinese people would be able to excuse me, to use their own Chinese website in China pretty soon, maybe in a month or two, or maybe shorter. So we're working on that. And the dosage for this kind of condition, which condition you are talking about? You mean the hemangioma or the tumors? That would be usually 3 to 6 pumps for non-urgent conditions. For people who have tumor cancer, they want to see a more significant change or improvement. Then they go all the way up to 9 to 15 pumps a day, which goes as much as half a bottle a day. That's it's possible. People doing that, and some people they just by accident or by intention they try 1 bottle a day. They didn't feel anything hurt them. It's all good. They just see maybe they wasted a little money, but it's all possible to do that. Okay, we have a few more minutes. Every Sunday evening, same time, and every Wednesday morning, at 8:30, we do this worldwide testimonial call. So if you want to get up by that time or onto the call, you can invite your family, friends to the call, so that people listen to people around the world to share their stories, their excitement, and their gratitude to this product. And we also get inspired when we hear people talk about their experience with the Fountain of Life. They always inspire us. They always make us think of one of our friends that had a similar situation, similar problem. So we would encourage you to get on the call. Every time you get on the call, you are being constantly reminded that you are still in the business. You are in the business of the Fountain of Life. You are supposed to share with people, and every time you get on a call, that's part of your job. So if you want to really be successful, you have to constantly remind yourself that you are in this business. You are ready to share with people. And when you have more people around you testing and using and marketing this product, you get more feedback, you get more confidence with it. We all need confidence. Even myself, I always have to kind of re-energize myself. I have to go to cruise, I have to go to conference, I go to trainings, I go to meet people. That's how I keep my confidence level always at the optimum. Even when I run into down times, we also look at the better times, and then sometimes let's say when we do a promotion, when we do a promotion and the promotion lasted like what we did last time, I think is it from April or something like that to all the way to July and August. So we had a long stretch of promotion, and people who are signing up, they sign up until when we finish the promotion. Then we run into a little time where people are already stock up. They already bought a lot of products, and they sign up as many as people as possible. So we usually go into a time of a little slow. In a month, we are not doing as great as before, and all of that. We just have to, sometimes we just have to be aware of these situations. We keep telling us that since we did such a long stretch of promotion, now people have enough in the inventory. We are going to have a little time of slow time. That's all good. That's all okay. Now, like now, let's say we have this price adjustment. We might experience another small nump here when people say, "Oh, it's more expensive." and then they hesitate a little bit in their purchase, but that's all okay. It's all going to be okay. In another month or two, people start to order more and more again, because this is still the most affordable, the most financially affordable, and a good product that is so cost effective. So we'll all be just going through up and downs, but it's like a stock market. You go, and then you eventually you go to a higher point. You look at the what do you call it, the Dow Jones index from ancient times to now. They always go. Eventually, they go all the way to they break the record high. So as long as we are in the system, we continue to meet new people. You continue to have the potential to also at the same time you are enriching yourself. You are making yourself a better person. You are learning how to talk in front of people. You are learning how to share. You are learning how to do your 2-minute testimonials. You are learning to organize events. You are learning to talk to people over and over again. You get better and better, and then you will be a much more powerful person by the time you are in the business for a few years. Okay, Neri, I see your hands raised up. You can share what you have.
Thank you, Henry. I just want to give a shout out to you for your discipline and support over the 2 years and 4 months that I have been involved now. And this is my forever company, because I found over those couple of years, and also being associated with you, that there isn't anything out there at all that could even match this with superior products, with the comp plan if someone's doing it as a business, and just to connect with people. And you're absolutely right about the peaks and valleys. What I've found over the time is the peaks and the valleys. The valleys have, each valley is always a little higher, and each peak is always a little higher. So it's just the way that life goes. And I'm just so excited and to be associated with you and many people within Opulence. I call it my Opulence family. And there's just no looking back. I made a great decision 2 years and 4 months ago, and looking forward to many, many, many more years, even though I'm in my 81st year and feel good and have, I don't have high cholesterol, don't have high sugar levels. It's taken care of my prostate problems. And so the product works. I mean, it just is, I take it 4 times a day, 15 to 20 drops, 4 times a day, and just don't miss. And it's just a great product because I know that it's doing something inside my body. And it's just, it's like a Pac-Man that eats up the free radical scavengers that are around in my body. It's just running around in there and giving those free radicals an extra electron and making that cell much better. So yes, I'm 81, in my 81st year, but I feel like I'm in my 51st year, actually. So having a lot of fun, good time, great company. I've met a lot of good friends that will be on the beaches of the world with in the future. Again, thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Neri. Yeah, that's a great testimonial of business and product. And that's how we just share with people. And I know even in my university classmates chat group, people are talking about how you would experience this darkness in your later stage of life, how you would experience this aging process, and then you get weaker and older and all that. So instead of talking about those gloomy kind of future, we are like Larry. We are together to be looking forward to a happier, stronger, healthier, and even wealthier life in our future. So we are more equipped with all this, with the fountain of life that bring us the health even the wealth and the freedom of time, and all of this is brought to us by the fountain of life. So that's why we are so lucky. We are the ones that are in a lifeboat. when the big Titanic sank, we're the lucky ones. We are in a boat, and we offer our hands to save more lives. We try to pull them out of the sea, and if they listen, they are lucky. If not, we move on to other people that need help. So we are here to help, and all of you are together with us in the lifeboat, and we are all on board, and we are the happier ones. We want to save more lives, and whoever join us, they are welcome. And Claudette, you wanted to find out how to advertise in Guyana and the USA. Well, first of all, you have your family members, your friends, your relatives that you know. Beyond that, then we resort to Facebook, WhatsApp, we resort to any type of other social media, and especially in the USA, it would be a easier place because Canada, USA, there's no issues, no borderline, no customs, nothing. So it's much easier in the USA. You just talk to people, we ship to them, no problem. Guyana could be a little bit different, but still, it's still possible that we ship worldwide. And so advertising could be in any form. If you use Facebook, if you use whatever other social media, you're welcome to do that. Other than that, just word of mouth. Look at your phone book, look at your whatever social media that you're on. Always send greetings to your phone book, your social media contacts. Keep talking to people. Just start with some kind of simple chatting. Ask how they are doing. They always start complaining about something, and then you catch the topic and start to introduce the fountain of life to them. After a few exchange of greetings, that's just how you do it. And as long as you keep talking, as long as you keep looking at your phone book and start thinking about introducing fountain of life to them, you will never run out of people to talk to. At the same time, if you go to any events, always have a business card printed and carry it on you in your wallet wherever you go. If you want to leverage your system, carry my phone number or my business card and tell them, just ask them to mention your name, and I would credit them to you. So whatever way you find the easiest way to work with, that's all good. So it's just the best product to market with, and the most simple and easiest one to work with. So keep doing it, and you will get there sooner or later. Yeah, LinkedIn, Alignable, social media, all kinds of things. Daniel Jambier, you just joined? Oh, maybe you got the wrong time. So we were 9 o'clock in the old time. Now it's 10 o'clock. Today is the summertime. It's the summertime. We are 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have some recordings, Henry?
Yeah, I have a recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So it is officially our summertime today, and okay. Anything else you would like to share? As just at the top of the hour. All right. I will try to send the testimonials. The link to the chat group after we finish. Thank you. Have a great night. Have a good evening. Have a good day. Wherever you are, welcome on the call, and we'll talk soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Henry, to the billion.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet.
Have a good night, Henry.
Thank you, Claudette. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, Anna, and Anne, Tim, and Cecilia. Thank you for getting on the call. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Sue. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.